A multi-ton vehicle sits idle on an asphalt mountain road. The driver releases the heavy brake, and slowly the car begins to roll backwards, straight up the steep incline. We are left to wonder whether an unknown earthly force is dragging that metal up the hill, or if our own minds are projecting an impossible reality. Across the globe, dozens of these specific locations are known as gravity hills. Visitors watch water flow backward and see heavy objects climb slopes while in neutral gear. For generations, people walking these stretches of road have blamed the anomaly on dense magnetic deposits beneath the soil, hidden electrical currents, or supernatural activity. To test those claims, we have to travel directly to these sites, bypass the local folklore, and map out the exact geometry of human perception. Our first stop is high in the Himalayas. The barren, rocky valleys of Ladakh, India, present a harsh and sprawling landscape. Along one specific stretch of this highway sits Magnetic Hill. A painted yellow sign directs drivers to park in a marked box, put their vehicle in neutral, and watch it get pulled upward. Local guides and decades of regional stories attribute this movement to massive magnetic forces buried deep inside the surrounding peaks. Yet testing reveals no magnetic field in this valley capable of affecting a car. A standard compass functions perfectly here, and non-magnetic items like plastic bottles roll in the exact same direction. The true cause lies in the surrounding geography. The jagged horizon and the sweeping, uneven terrain of the adjacent mountains trick the eye, creating an intense optical illusion that makes a slight downward slope look like an uphill climb. The pull of Ladakh is entirely psychological, a profound failure of the brain to accurately process a deceptive landscape. We can prove this as a universal biological trick by shifting to a completely different environment. Halfway across the world, a paved road stretches across the open, rolling moorlands of Scotland. This is the electric bray. Like in India, early travelers here experienced the upward rolling phenomenon and concluded that a strange electrical charge in the earth was responsible. Here, we experience a false horizon. The road descends slightly, but angled hillsides obscure the true horizon. Our brains need vertical reference points, like tall trees or buildings, to establish level. Without them, we cannot accurately gauge an incline. This visual error is compounded by the mountain environment. Shifting elevations and uneven ground interfere with our inner ear, which regulates physical balance, leaving our senses disoriented. Magnetic Hill and Electric Bray both demonstrate that when true horizontal and vertical lines are removed from an environment, our eyes and inner ears are easily manipulated by geography. If these specific hills are merely optical illusions, we have to ask if gravity is entirely uniform or if it fluctuates across the planet. Earth's gravitational pull does vary. Our planet is not a perfect sphere, and differences in mountain ranges, deep underground rock formations, and the overall distribution of mass create real fluctuations. This 3D topographical model maps Earth's actual gravitational field, exaggerating topography to show where the pull is stronger or weaker globally. These micro-variations are invisible to the naked eye. Tracking these distinct density zones requires highly sensitive scientific instruments. While microscopic planetary anomalies exist, they are tiny fractions of a % in difference. They are entirely incapable of levitating a person or pulling a stationary vehicle up a grade. Returning to the mountain road, we can finally break the illusion. By shifting our perspective, the true downward trajectory of the vehicle becomes instantly clear. The laws of physics remain perfectly intact at these locations. Gravity is pulling the car exactly as it should. The distortion is entirely a matter of space and orientation. Without our natural visual anchors, our minds invent a false reality to fill the void. The gravity hill is a fascinating intersection of earth and mind, where landscape and horizon convince the brain that ordinary physics has become completely impossible.